Hello everyone, this is Hakaym and welcome back to another episode of Funday Sunday. And yes, I'm still in Japan and hopefully enjoying myself. But anyways, we are taking a look at the tier 10 IGN. Japanese destroyer IGN and Japanese are pretty much the same. Anyways, the Shimakaze, and the Shimakaze actually got a buff. And it's actually a buff that it's actually kind of surprising. She got a slight increase, or decrease, I guess technically, to her concealment. Her concealment now is 5.6 versus the original 5.9, so she has a slight obvious buffer to compare to any of the other tier 10s, which is extremely beneficial. We are playing on Trap, playing Domination. We have a Montana, Conqueror, Republic, Iowa, Tirpitz, Des Moines, Minotaur, Baltimore, Kutuzov, Shimakaze, Yugang, and Akazuki on the enemy team. There's two Montanas, a Kurfürst, Missouri, Bismarck, two Hindenburgs, Neptune, Japayev, two Shimakazes, and a Kiev. And I am joined with both Imperial and Thai with me, so should be a good battle. Obviously, good idea for the Shimakaze is to try to cap, because now she actually has technically the best as far as detect, and she's actually one of the more quicker destroyers available at tier 10, so you definitely can get into cap relatively easily with little issue from enemy destroyers. But obviously the main issue with this battle is there are in fact two enemy Shimakazes. And we will see them as the battle progresses. But I do have RPF on the Shimakaze captain, and as you can see, it is obviously pointing kind of towards the middle of A and B. So gonna drop some preemptive torps. You might argue this might not be overly beneficial, but you never know. You might get lucky. So cap B is almost officially ours, and one nice thing about the Shimakaze is, yes, she does have 12 km torps, which are really fantastic, but technically, even with the buff, you could run the 8, and they would be quite devastating, but normally I would not recommend it because there's so much radar and hydro that it is almost nigh impossible to get those torps where you actually want them. As you can see, the enemy Shimakaze is doing his very best, dropping torps on our battleships that are pushing towards A. So things could easily swing that other way, but we definitely need to take care of those Shimas one way or another. Now we do know the Kiev's over at the A cap and the other Shimakaze is over at C. And so we have a good idea where all the enemy destroyers are, and that's generally what you want to do whenever you're playing a battle, is to know where all the enemy destroyers are. Because if you don't, you might have a unpleasant surprise, to say the very least. But as you can see, something is currently capturing B. Don't know exactly what, but it's not one of the destroyers. Well, it might be the Shimakaze. He might actually be taking a step into that B cap, but it could also be one of the cruisers. I believe there was a cruiser just south of B. So trying to play the waiting game, waiting for our torps to come up, trying to keep anything possibly spotted. But it does look like whatever was in B has now officially left, and I believe it is the Shimakaze, because, well, we do have a friendly Republic sitting on the very northern side of B. And to any Shimakaze captain that sees a battleship that is essentially either stopped or going very, very slow, it's a very prime target to actually hit. So more than likely that enemy Shimakaze might be going towards B. Now Shimakaze is also supposed to be, I don't know, I believe this is still partially rumors, but it sounds like it's probably going to be the case, but she's supposed to get deep water torps, I think in conjunction with her normal torps. So that means you can obviously get a possibility of those very sneaky deep water torps. Now I'm assuming they'll probably either be nerfed as far as the the detect or the range. Another nerf obviously is similar to the Asasio, is the fact that the Asasio can only land torps on battleships and carriers, so that might be a possible nerf to those deep water torps, but we'll see if that actually comes to the case. So RPF is currently obviously locating a enemy Shimakaze somewhere in between A and B, which probably means, oh looky there he is. It looks like he did go after our friendly Republic and get some hits off, gonna try to help our battleship out as much as possible. Fortunately it is the Republic, so it does have good secondaries, and oh no, oh no, this was the wrong way. I am slamming that S key trying to get in reverse, but fortunately we do have engine boost, so just barely missed those torpedoes, but that was extremely close. Republic I think might be okay. I think he popped his engine boost and obviously started moving really quickly, because yeah, you don't want to see a Shimakaze popping up on your starboard. Shimakaze does get spotted once again. This is probably a really good idea to keep in mind that this is what you want to do. You want to be spotting the other destroyers, and if you have the advantage, use your guns. That is always very, very beneficial. So getting some decent damage, haven't hit anything with torps as of yet, but things are still a little shaky right now. We are at least down one cruiser. However, we do have both the A and B caps, so we are ahead in points just barely. And as soon as I said that, we have just lost our friendly Montana, and you can see things are still a bit shaky, but we should be able to take out the Shimakaze. He is being focused down quite heavily from our team, which is very fantastic. And ooh, I think there's a Neptune over there. Pretty certain that's probably the Neptune. But we have also lost our Iowa, so things aren't going exactly our way here at the moment. The enemy team have major control of the C cap, and they will probably start pushing down towards the B cap, and as you can see, the B cap is currently being capped. Well, don't know exact positioning on that Shimakaze, but more than likely he still might be up north, so that might lead to us to guess that a cruiser is actually in B. And obviously RPF is around, and looks like something is firing. Might be the Curvers. Neptune finally goes down to our friendly Minotaur, so we have main control over A, so our ships should start pushing up towards the B cap and starting to defend. So RPF is currently locating a ship and taking precautions just in case it is the enemy Shimakaze. Don't want to be in a very terrible position for his torpedoes, and also don't want to deal with any possible danger from a cruiser. And there are those Shimakaze torpedoes, and it does look like he is in this cap. Hindenburg is also starting to push in, but torpedoes are up and ready, and since I don't have to worry about any radar, we can drop them safely at a decent range. Honestly, we probably could have pushed in a little bit more, but it does look like the Shimakaze is starting to smoke up the friendly Hindenburg. Now that's all well and good, because most of the other ships are currently actually a fair distance away, so in smoke the Hindenburg would have been safe, would have been able to fire without any penalty. However, obviously I'm currently spotting him, and one nice little feature at the very top right hand side, you can see that we now have spotting damage on that is loaded and actually telling us how much we're actually spotting, which is nice, which is always beneficial. We do get a torpedo on the enemy Hindenburg, and he is starting to get focused down relatively quickly. Should go down here in a moment. There he goes. Now Hindenburg is no longer a threat. Shimakaze is also no longer in B, and RPF is currently focusing down toward the southern of B, which probably means the enemy Shimakaze is down that direction. But if you saw there for a second, we did get located, so that does mean the enemy Shimakaze is also running RPF. And that's not really something you always want to see. You always want to try to have the most beneficial advantage as much as possible. And now it does look like the enemy battleships are pushing him. They are divvied up and might be able to get some torps off. Torpedoes are almost reloaded. Now, unfortunately, I haven't taken any damage, so I'm not getting any benefit from my captain with Adrenaline Rush, but now that our torpedoes are up and ready, we should be able to drop possibly on this curve first, but I kind of want to swing around as quickly as possible. Let's see. Doesn't seem like I'm going to get the indicator, but curve first is probably going to speed up, so I do lead those torpedoes just a bit, just trying to get them to land on that curve first. And unfortunately for us, we have just lost our Republic, and things are still a little bit rocky. We are down 5 ships to their 4. Their Montana should be going down, as well as maybe their Kurfürst. Yep. Oh, we have just lost our Tirpitz and our Conqueror, so things are definitely looking very, very close right now. But we get a devastating strike on that enemy Kurfürst, and obviously the Montana is dead. So at the moment, things are looking good. However, the enemy team has 3 battleships. We have 0. We do have the destroyer advantage, and we do have the cruiser advantage. So that is going for us, but obviously things could very easily switch and swing the other direction, and don't really know why that Minotaur was dropping torps. We do have a Minotaur, which is nice, but he can easily be knocked out relatively easily. Now, they do have a Chapayev and a Hindenburg, and that Chapayev is what I'm more concerned about. Chapayev, especially if it does have the latest hull, it can radar, and that can mean devastation for any of our destroyers, especially our Yu Yang, who is about half health and could go down relatively quickly, especially considering the Shimakaze is sneakier than the Yu Yang. Now the Chapayev is now detected, as well as the enemy Shimakaze. Yu Yang has the advantage of its guns, however that is a Chapayev that can easily focus down our friendly Yu Yang. Gonna try to take out this Shimakaze as quickly as possible. He's my main focus at the moment. We do take out the enemy Bismarck, but our Yu Yang is trying to get away. He's very low in health, doing his very best right now, but he probably will go down. And wow, we've actually taken, I think, our first bit of damage right there. Alright, so torpedoes are up again. The Montana's starting to push in Chapayev, so we're gonna just drop some speculative torps. Maybe we'll get lucky. We'll see. We'll see. Alright, Shimakaze is very low in health. We do have the advantage. We are no longer detected, and now we can at least just try to spot the enemy ships as much as possible. Like I said, this match is kind of close right now. We do have the advantage in points, however they have the advantage in ships and type of ships. We do have a DM, we do have a Minnow, and we do have, I believe, a Kutuzov, actually taking very minimal amount of damage. So right now is probably actually a very good idea to get turned back the other way, just in case that Chapayev shows up with radar. Don't want to be caught with my pants down, so quickly gonna turn away. We are currently spotting the Montana, and lo and behold, there is the Chapayev, and we do get a torp on the Montana, and we are flooding, and haha, success. We got the Chapayev with one of our torpedoes. That has definitely switched the battle in our favor. Fortunately for us, the other 2 ships are taking their time to start pushing in, and obviously our cruisers are using that island to their advantage, while I am providing any spotting as much as I can. It looks like Montana is now officially spotted. He is repping and healing off that damage as quickly as possible, but he is just going to get focused down. There's no support from the other players, and we know that the Shimakaze is still around. More than likely the enemy Shimakaze will actually start to try to head towards A. So I'm actually gonna take the advantage, take the initiative, I guess you could say, and actually start heading towards A. Drop torpedoes just in case we need to take out this Montana with this torps, but keeping one loaded just in case we do need it for this enemy Shimakaze. Now unfortunately Hindenburg and Missouri are starting to push towards our teammates, and they are getting pinched in, but this Montana is going to go down fairly quickly. And that rendering, oh my god, that rendering. There we go, finally spotted the enemy Shimakaze. We have the advantage with the health pool. He does not have all of his guns, so at least we can open up with the majority, and it looks like we are actually being focused on by the Henry right now. And oh, of course he smokes up. Don't want to take an unfair fight, so I go ahead, smoke up, and let's see, final salvo out. Ooh, okay, we kind of know where he's at. Flying salvo, you never know, we might get lucky. And there we go, enemy Shimakaze is now officially dead, and we have successfully brought our team to an advantage. Now things could easily swing the other way. That is a Hindenburg, that is a great ship for close quarter combat. However, he is currently facing off against a Kutuzov, Minotaur, and Des Moines, and unfortunately we have just lost our DM, but we're going to try to help out as much as possible. Now the Shimakaze guns are not overly impressive. They have a slow reload compared to any of the other destroyers, but they hit semi-decently hard. But obviously against a Hindenburg, we're gonna get a few broken shells and not much damage, but every little bit does help. If we can take out the Hindenburg, this match should easily swing in our favor. That Missouri is taking his time just to push in towards the B cap. Can we get this kill? That would be nice. Kutuzov's actually doing his very best as far as trying to push this Hindi. And oh, look at there, we actually got the kill. That is kill number 4, and that is going to be end of that battle. So not a bad battle, fairly fun, and a good demonstration on the new detect on the Shimakaze. But anyways, this is going to be it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like what you saw, hit the like and subscribe button. You guys have a great and fantastic day. Zaijian.